Welcome back to the Anphalanim story.
Did you know that first day at a new school ranks among the top 10 most stressful moments in a teenager's life?
Aria had been attending this elite school for 3 years, and she loved every moment of it.
I absolutely love my life here, and my friends mean everything to me.
But then something happened that would change everything about her comfortable, perfect life.
We have a new student joining us today who just transferred from another city. I want everyone to welcome him warmly.
And then he walked in.
His name was Arav, and he was unlike anyone Arya had ever seen before.
And for Aria, it was love at first sight.
He seemed calm and composed, like he wasn't nervous about being the new student at all.
He sat down exactly where he could see her if he wanted to.
Aria's heart was racing, and she couldn't focus on anything the teacher was saying.
And somehow, Arav seemed very aware that she was watching him.
Did you see him? The new student? He's absolutely incredible, Maya.
Oh my god, you're totally crushing on him already? We just met him today.
I'm not crushing on him, I just think he seems interesting. There's something mysterious about him. Maya was her best friend, and they told each other absolutely everything without judgment. That same afternoon, Aria decided to go to the library to clear her head. She tried to study, but her mind kept drifting back to those dark, intense eyes.
And then he appeared. He seemed to belong anywhere he went, completely unaffected by the new environment.
When Aria looked up from her studies, their eyes met for the first time.
He smiled at her, and in that moment, the entire library seemed to disappear.
No one had ever looked at her quite like that before.
He walked directly toward her table.
Aria's heart started pounding so hard she thought everyone in the library could hear it.
I'm sorry to interrupt your studying, but I noticed you in class today and I wanted to introduce myself properly. I'm Arav.
Aria felt like she might melt right there in the library.
Oh, hi, I'm Aria. It's really nice to meet you too. Welcome to our school.
Arav pulled up a chair and sat down beside her, and they talked for hours in that quiet library. Did you know that conversations that make you lose track of time are often with people who matter most?
So where did you move from? And why did you transfer here?
My family just relocated here for work. I'm adjusting to the new school, but it's been easier because of meeting people like you.
She didn't notice the slight hesitation in his answer, or the way his eyes became guarded for just a moment.
That day in the library marked the beginning of something neither of them could have predicted.
The next day, they found themselves walking together after school, and it became a habit. Golden hour was their favorite time, when the whole world seemed painted in romance.
Aria felt like she was living in a dream she never wanted to wake from.
And for the first time, Arav seemed to let his guard down completely around her.
There was something real and true happening between them, something neither had expected.
Days turned into weeks of stolen moments together, quiet conversations, and growing feelings.
They even started studying together, which wasn't really about studying much anymore.
There was always this awareness between them, this electricity that made even small moments feel significant.
She could see him in crowded rooms full of other people, and it was like everyone else disappeared.
He had never seen anyone quite like her, so gentle and kind and completely unguarded.
But there was something he wasn't telling her, something he was hiding behind that charming smile.
Maya, I'm telling you, he's absolutely perfect. He's kind and funny and mysterious and so intelligent.
I'm so happy you're happy, but just be careful, okay? Sometimes people aren't exactly who they seem at first.
You worry too much. There's nothing hidden about Arav. He's the most genuine person I know.
But that moment when he overheard her defending him to her friend, he felt a wave of guilt so strong it nearly overwhelmed him.
He knew he had to tell her the truth soon, but he was terrified of losing her.
She wondered what his home life was like, what his family was like, what dreams he had.
While Arya was dreaming about him, Arav was lying awake, wrestling with guilt.
His lies were weighing on him more heavily each day.
By the third week of knowing him, Arya noticed small inconsistencies in his stories.
She wasn't sure if she was imagining things or if something was genuinely off.
So where exactly do you live? I'd love to pick you up sometime instead of meeting here.
That simple question made him freeze, and Arya noticed immediately.
Oh, my apartment is pretty far from here, actually, in the older part of the city. Nothing fancy. I'd rather not bother you with the drive.
But his expensive leather jacket and designer jeans didn't match his description of living in an old apartment.
Arya tried to let it go, but the seed of doubt had been planted. Later that day, Arya made a decision that would change everything.
She decided to search for him online to get a fuller picture of who he really was. The results showed very little personal information about Arav, which was odd for someone his age.
No Instagram, no TikTok, no Twitter. Just a basic school listing.
Their dynamics started to shift slightly, subtle but noticeable.
Arya started noticing things she'd overlooked before.
Like how he always deflected when she asked about his parents or his home.
And how his eyes would get that faraway look whenever she asked personal questions.
The biggest inconsistency? He never seemed to come to school by car like everyone else.
She realized she'd never once seen his car.
The next day, she decided she would follow him to see where he really went.
She watched him walk toward the city center with his best friend, Rohan. Her heart was pounding as she followed him through the city streets, not knowing what she was about to discover.
They arrived at an older part of the city, where the buildings were worn and the streets were quieter. He went into an apartment building that looked nothing like what he'd described.
Arya sat in her car, stunned, trying to process what she was seeing.
All those designer clothes and expensive accessories, but he was living here?
Arya's mind was racing with questions and fears.
Did you know that people often hide the truth about themselves because they fear rejection more than anything else?
Arav was living a double life that he'd carefully constructed.
And Arya felt betrayed and hurt by the realization.
The next day at school, Arya was withdrawn and distant.
Arya, what's wrong? You've been quiet all morning. Did something happen with Arav?
I don't know anymore, Maya. I thought I knew him, but now I'm not sure if anything he told me was true.
I tried to warn you that people aren't always what they seem. But I'm here for you no matter what. Arya spent the day avoiding Arav, not ready to face him yet.
Arav noticed immediately that something had shifted between them.
He waited for her at their usual place, hoping she would come.
Arya walked toward him, her heart torn between hurt and her still existing feelings.
She had prepared a speech about truth and honesty, but when she saw him, everything melted away.
He smiled when he saw her, that same smile that had made her fall for him in the first place. Hi. I missed you today.
I know something's wrong.
Please tell me what happened.
She wanted to confront him about what she'd discovered, but the words stuck in her throat. Yesterday I followed you and I saw where you went. I saw the apartment building. Why didn't you tell me the truth about where you live?
In that moment, all of his carefully constructed walls came down.
For the first time since she'd met him, Arav had no clever words to hide behind.
Because I was ashamed. I was ashamed of where I live, of how little money my family has, of how hard my mother works just to keep us afloat. I wanted to be someone impressive, someone worthy of your attention. I didn't want you to pity me or judge me like everyone else does.
As Arav spoke, Arya began to understand the weight he'd been carrying alone.
I'm not angry that you're not rich, Arav. I'm hurt that you didn't trust me enough to tell me the truth.
You're right. I should have trusted you. I was so scared of losing you that I created this whole false version of myself.
There, in the golden light of sunset, Arya made a choice.
The truth is, I don't care if you're rich or poor. I fell for you, the real you. That hasn't changed.
For the first time, Arav let someone truly see him.
And for the first time, he felt truly accepted for who he really was.
That evening changed everything about their relationship, making it deeper and more real.
The next day, they returned to school as a couple, but with a new foundation of honesty.
Finally! I'm so happy for you both! Welcome to the Actually Good Relationship Club, Arya.
Rohan had known about Arav's situation all along and was relieved that he finally told her the truth.
A week later, Arya invited Arav to meet her parents, wanting to introduce the real him to her family.
Meeting her parents was even more nerve-wracking than Arav expected.
So Arya tells us you transferred recently. Tell us about yourself and your family.
Well, my mother is a single parent and she works very hard to support us. Our family isn't wealthy, but we have love and respect for each other.
That shows real character, Arav. We respect honesty and hard work above all else.
Arya felt immense relief and pride watching her parents accept him so genuinely.
That night, Arav experienced what genuine acceptance and family warmth felt like.
For someone who had been so alone for so long, it was a healing and transformative experience.
Now that the truth was between them, their relationship blossomed even more beautifully. Arav had finally found someone who loved him for exactly who he was, not who he pretended to be.
Arav's mother had been chronically ill, and that was why he worked so hard to keep the household running.
My son is a good boy. He works so hard for me. I tell him I'm proud of him every day.
Arav's entire sacrifice was built on love for his mother.
Every lie he told was to shield her from embarrassment and to maintain some dignity for both of them.
weeks following their honest conversation were beautiful but challenging.
Tell me more about your mother's condition. Maybe I can help somehow.
She has a chronic respiratory condition. We don't have great health insurance, so medical care is expensive. I'm working part-time at a restaurant to help pay for her medications.
Arya's heart broke, hearing about the weight he carried.
For the first time in his life, Arav allowed himself to accept help from someone who genuinely cared.
That day, their relationship transformed from romantic to something more meaningful, hence true partnership.
A few days later, Arya decided to visit Arav's mother and meet her properly.
Arya climbed those stairs to meet the woman whose sacrifice had defined Arav's entire life.
Arya entered the humble space that had been Arav's entire world.
So you are the girl my son cannot stop talking about. I'm so happy to finally meet you.
I'm honored to meet you. Arav has told me about your strength and how much you mean to him. I wanted you to know how much I care about him.
In that moment, a silent understanding passed between them, and they both loved this boy with all their hearts.
They spent that afternoon together, and Arya heard stories about Arav's childhood and his mother's illness.
He was always such a responsible boy, even as a child. When my condition worsened, he became my strength.
Arya now understood the full depth of Arav's character and the sacrifices he'd made.
Arav watched them together and felt something shift inside him.
Hope.
That evening marked a turning point. Arya was no longer just his girlfriend. She was becoming part of his family.
Things were finally good, truly good, for both of them.
Look at you two. I've never seen Arya this genuinely happy. And Arav, you smile way more now. Whatever is happening, I love it.
3 months into their relationship, Arya and Arav had built something rare and beautiful.
Arya, I never thought I'd find someone like you. Someone who would see me and accept me completely.
You taught me that love isn't about circumstances or appearances. It's about seeing someone's soul and choosing to love them completely.
Their love story had become less about passion and more about commitment, understanding, and acceptance.
Arav had been invited to family dinners regularly and was becoming like a son to her parents.
Arav, we're proud of your dedication to your education and to helping your mother. You have a good heart, son.
Thank you, sir. That means more to me than you know. My own father left us when I was young, and you've shown me what it means to be a real man.
In Arya's family, Arav found the belonging he'd always yearned for.
Even the school counselor noticed the positive transformation in Arav's demeanor and attitude.
Arav, I've noticed a real positive change in you this semester. Your grades have improved, your attitude is more open.
Thank you, Miss Gupta. I finally feel like I can be myself without having to hide anything. And that's made all the difference.
Arya would sometimes visit Arav at his restaurant job, proud of his work ethic and commitment. Arav had learned that honest work, no matter how humble, was something to be proud of.
The seasons changed and school continued, but their bond only grew stronger.
Winter arrived, and with it came the deepening of their relationship into something unshakable.
What had started as attraction based on appearance had evolved into love based on understanding and complete acceptance.
Arya became as much a part of Arav's family as his own mother.
I knew the moment I met you that you were different. You see my son for who he really is, not who he pretends to be.
You've raised such an incredible son. And being part of your lives is an honor and joy for me.
They had become a true family, united by love that transcended circumstances.
Everyone at school could see the genuine love and respect they shared.
Looking out at the city below, they reflected on how far they'd come.
I never thought I could be this happy. I never thought anyone could love me for who I really am. Thank you for changing my entire life.
You taught me that real love means accepting someone's whole truth. The hard parts.
At that moment, they both knew they had found their person. Their story wasn't about wealth or appearance or pretense. It was about two people choosing to see and love each other's real selves.
Spring arrived, and with it, new hope for their futures together.
Aria had grown into a young woman who saw people's hearts before their circumstances.
And Arav had learned that vulnerability and authenticity were not weaknesses, but strengths.
Two families became one through the power of genuine love and acceptance. What had started as a chance meeting in a school hallway had become the beginning of a new chapter for both families.
1 year later, they returned to the place where their story had truly begun.
I knew from that moment in this library that you were special. But I never imagined how much you would change my life and help me grow.
And you gave me permission to be myself. You showed me that my worth isn't measured by what I have, but by who I am.
They had built something that would last forever. A love based on complete truth and unconditional acceptance.
They had become the kind of couple that inspired others to look deeper and see beyond surfaces.
Every sunset reminded them of that first moment when they truly saw each other.
Did you know that the most beautiful love stories aren't those with perfect circumstances, but those where two people choose to love each other despite difficulties?
Arav's mother had become Arya's second mother, and their bond was just as strong.
They had created a family not based on wealth or status, but on love, respect, and genuine care for each other.
As they approached graduation, both had grown into confident young adults.
Arav's scholarship had been renewed, and he had maintained excellent grades despite his work.
They had reached a major milestone together, and they were ready for whatever came next.
On their favorite rooftop, they looked out at the future they would build together. Neither of them knew exactly what the future held, but they knew it would be better together.
Whatever happens next, wherever we go, we face it together. That's all that matters to me.
I love you, Aria. Not just for who you are, but for who you've helped me become. You're my heart.
In that moment, they weren't thinking about money or status or appearances.
They were only thinking about the person they loved and the life they would build together. Their love story had transformed both of them, showing that real love sees the person behind the mask.
Two families had merged, becoming one through the power of genuine love and acceptance.
And that is the most beautiful gift of all. Love that brings people together across all differences.
Their story wasn't just about falling in love. It was about seeing each other completely and choosing to love anyway.
And that is what real love looks like.